Justice for Trayvon! Justice for everyone! Justice for Trayvon!
Justice for everyone. Okay, Rocket Johnny Fly back again with a new clip. We're down on State Street. We're on 4th South, headed towards the library, eastbound. Solidarity with Trayvon Martin. Justice for Trayvon, murdered in Sanford, Florida over a month ago. 17-year-old kid. All he did was go to the store, get a bag of Skittles and iced tea, and he was shot twice for being black, wearing a hoodie, and being in a gated community of rich people, which he was actually visiting his relatives there. So, justice for Trayvon Martin. We're standing in solidarity. To march, so we must stay out of streets. Cops are already following us everywhere and everything. This is cool, as long as they don't mess with us. We're at the City County building now.
No justice! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
Police!
No justice! No reset!
Justice for Trayvon Martin, standing in solidarity for human rights and against bad laws. We can be murdered in the street. ALEC laws are bad laws. Past and secret. We paid off politicians. They make bad laws for the rich and for the corporations. And then we have to live by them, even though we didn't vote them in. These politicians get money for elections from ALEC. So.
What do we want? Justice for Trayvon Martin. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice for Trayvon Martin. When do we want it?
Now. City County building, headed towards the library. Justice for Trayvon Martin. Young black man, 17 years old, murdered in Florida, Sanford, Florida. Headed towards the library. This is where Occupied Salt Lake's going to be camping over here in probably the first week of April, right now, the last day of March, March 31st, 2012. Justice! Now. Justice! What do we want? Justice! Now. Justice! What do we want it now? Now.
Like a little press conference with like the African
Yes, yes. We want it now. Lucky Johnny Fly in the house. Oh, there's Melanie again. I caught up with her. She's faster than I am. Good kitty. I caught up with her. I passed her up. Rocket Johnny Fly's running on his low energy boosters because he's got breathing problems now, but he's keeping up with the march. All right. I've been through some cameras already. I ran out of juice. This is my junk camera.
I went down and tried to register your
Justice. We want it now. Justice. Now. Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice. Justice. When do we want it? Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice. Now.
What do we want?
Justice. Now. Justice. Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want? What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice. Now.
What do we want?
Justice. Lucky Johnny Fly is going to sign out one more time and get back on again.